Hello, good afternoon. How are you today? Oh gosh, there's loads of you. Right, let's go back to the beginning on YouTube to start with. Hello, Wendy, Sally, and Michaela, Susan, Sharon, Sally, Geraldine, Janet, Megan, hello. And Janet, Cheryl, Brian. Hi, Brian, in Vancouver. And Francesca, Sheila, Helen, Ruth, Sue, Lynn, Susan, Helene, Marilyn. On time today. Francesca, Margaret, Diana, hello. Haven't seen one like this before. What, one like this? Welcome along. We do it twice a week, don't you know? Sheila, hello, biz to you. Sorry, my picture shrunk on YouTube by about half. Little odd. I'd love to shrink by about half. Hello, Amanda, Jean, Anne on Facebook, and Susan. Pamela, Mandy, Betty, Jean, Jeanette, Linda, Tina, it's like a rap. Hello, Anne. Hello, Denise. Hello, Patricia, Judy, Susan. Jean, Tricia. Right, I think we're, oh no, we're not up to date. Elsie, Diane, Jenny, hello. Blodwyn, hello, my favourite name, Blodwyn Axworthy. I love that name. I want to be called Blodwyn Axworthy. Right, so we've got new stuff to show you. And, oh, I hope it's going to be okay, Alison. All thinking of him. It's going to be fine. We're going to get lots of positive thoughts for your stepdad on Facebook and on YouTube. Hi, Lindsay, Andrea, Irene, watching from St Neots. Oh, how lovely. Now, let me show you, because I've got, where's my little table? I need a little table. Keep reaching down to me. I've got my bag of goodies on the floor to show you. I'll put it on my bin. I'll balance it a bit. We're going to have a kind of a brief look at a waistband, because I've been going through my list and haven't had time to prep. I've had a book to finish by yesterday, which I've just about done. That's going to be something a little different that we're doing. That should be publishing in September. Might be a journal, might be full of information and ditties. You just don't know. You don't know because I'm not telling you. But yeah, that came around a little bit quickly. Dull and damp in Devon. It's a bit like that here, Monday. Doreen sewing a watch. Oh, Denise is watching from hospital. Oh no, get yourself home. Go on. Pinky Doodleful. Oh, that's a nice name. Is that your real name? I want to be called Pinky Doodleful. Sorry, Blodwyn. I want to be called Pinky Doodleful now. Hi, Leanna and Sarah. Love the little. I know. I've set my design team working, and they've been coming up with some amazing things. I'm going to show you actually some of the products that we've got on Create and Craft on Sunday. So, love the dress you love. The pattern. Okay, let me show you. This is made by Anne Charles, who's been one of my team for many years. Oh, PJ, sit up. Come on, sit up. And she always leaves a label in the back. And if I was smart, I would have... Oh, come here. Look at what that was on the back as well. It is McCall's M5613. McCall's M5613. I should post that actually, shouldn't I? But it's beautiful. And that's using the Wonderland panel. She's covered the buttons as well. And the... what's the fabric that goes with it? The blush. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's a really nice style. And I love the way that she's used the little squares for some pockets on there as well. So the Wonderland panel will be back on Create and Craft on Sunday. Oh, and over here, look, Anne's also made a Japanese rice bag. And then Janice has made this one. I'll show you all of these next week, or maybe on Saturday a little bit closer. And you know what I really like is the way that, scooting backwards, the girls have used the bunting panels as just fabric. So that's one of the bunting panels, but just as a fabric piece, which I thought was pretty smart because I wouldn't have thought of doing that. The bunted, yes it is, Elsie, it's gorgeous. So anyway, oh, new to your site. Oh, thank you very much, Debbie. Hello, Sarah, welcome along. Oh, now a little bit of news as well. Sarah Wrightson is going to be moderating our Facebook page. So if you see any messages coming up from Debbie Shaw Sewing and I'm not typing, you know why? It ain't me. But if you've got any, the idea was I get so many things. It's like on YouTube with Rita actually does a lot of work on YouTube. Oh, hello. Hi, Rita. And Lisa. And because the comments scroll constantly, I miss them. I miss a lot of them, particularly when I'm talking a lot. So they're going to go through and write in capital letters, draw my attention to you, email me afterwards, and generally sort it out for me. So that'll be Sarah. So if you see any comments coming up that looks like it from anything, she's clever. She can type without even using her fingers. I don't have that ability to type with my toes on. I don't have a keyboard on the floor. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I could be typing away. Must learn that skill. Can anybody type with the toes? Or do you know what? No, that's another story. Morning, Vicky. Hello, my Daisy. She's got 2 purple packages. I love your top, but it is a dress. It's next. It's a bit tight. Oh, Boogie the Snooky Leap Grussy von Boogie. I hope that was clean. I've no idea what you're saying, but thank you. Thank you. Hello, Laura Harris. Sewing the blockers a munch as I watch. Thank you very much. Sorry, Laura. 2 in one order. I know. I'm sorry. Well, I'll sort it out tomorrow. I'm heading down to the office myself tomorrow. So things will be sorted. Slapped wrists and won't happen again. Hi, Tracy. Oh, Rita. You're speaking the boogie, the shikanuki we get. Is that German? Oh, got Nancy as well. Oh, Miss Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Boogie is sending lovely greetings. Oh, thank you, Rita. You're so clever, you are. You're Rita Alter Everett. You're so clever. Right, let me show you stuff. We've got a little bit of Lewis and Irene. And we've gone all coronation crazy. Look at this lot. Oh, hello, Carrie. Is it first time? I don't recognise International Falls. Welcome along. Mulberry fabric will be in, I think it's sold in a day. Yes, Jackie, the mulberry tree fabric tomorrow. It's going to be here tomorrow. And we've got twice as much as we had before. Hello, Julie in Southern California. Right. Lewis and Irene. Lewis and Irene fabrics, if you want to wear a premium quality cotton, so they're really high quality. We ought to hang on to things like this, you know, because it doesn't seem very long ago that we were having a jubilee, and now we're having a coronation, and who knows what's around the corner with these royals and what they're up to. Nice thing with this is that you've got the crowns down the selvage as well, so you can use that as something else. So that's the size of the strip that you get, anyhow. And I would use a plain fabric on the back. The blue is actually very purpley blue, so I'd maybe go for a red or a white, or the purple mauve poplin, I think, would go well with that. Is that? Are they in the? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Who said that? Rita, look. Charles and Camilla, sorry, the King and Queen consort in the carriage there. I didn't even notice that. Hilarious. Hi, Lisa. She says, I'm okay, thanks, Luddles and Jelly Spoons. Been on the gin, it's that time, it's 4:10. It's a shame. Oh, hello, oh, no problem, Elaine, I'm glad you like them. Oh, well, we haven't missed anything yet. We're talking coronations and queens and consorts and kings in carriages. There's a lot of C's in that, isn't there? Oh, I didn't even notice. Look on the selvage. Little crowns to depict all the colours that are in there. Oh, I'd use that for something as well. I don't know what, but I'd use that for something. Right. So I wonder what the next big thing's going to be with them. On a similar theme, we've got quite a bit of the collection on this one. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have a look in a minute. So we have soldiers and all of that stuff going on. What's that? Is that West? That makes me sound very naive, doesn't it? Tower of London. We've got. I know it's not called Big Ben, but I can't remember what it is called. Tell them not from London, can't you? And then we've got the carriage with C&C inside there as well in the London buses. and the ponies and the sentry box and the Union Jacks. I may go into the coronation. They didn't invite me. I'd have gone, you know, a good excuse for a new dress, but no, I didn't get the invite, so I won't be there. I was quite happy to run Camilla up a frock, but, you know, she didn't take me up on it, so I'm not going. Boycotting it this year. Oh yes, the Elizabeth Tower. You're right, Francesca. The Elizabeth Tower has Big Ben in it, doesn't it? Yes, thank you. Oh no, Leanna's got tummy ache and headache. Positive thoughts, Leanna, going out to you. When is the coronation? I think it's May the 6th. It's May sometime. I think it's May the 6th. I don't know. I paid no attention when I didn't get the invite. Westminster Abbey. Thank you, Linda. The House of Parliament, its official name is the Palace of Westminster. You're right, it is. Big Ben is the bell. Yes, that's right. Oh, Fee, I missed that. I missed the tip. I'll have a look back later on. Right, so more. Now this one, I say these are all Lewis and Irene. They cheated a bit with this one because they did bring this one out. We had it in a paler blue for the Jubilee. Right, no, we spotted that one. But it is, what's it called? Can't remember. The Tea Party, I think. Because we've got cake stands and mugs with crowns on. Shall we have a look at, oh, we could have a look at how much it is. That would help, wouldn't it? Let me just get it up on website. Oh, not you. I don't want to look on Amazon, thank you. Where are we? Oh, I'll have a look in a minute. Oh, there we are. Now I'm looking at that one. Right. So if you go to the website and go to the home page and then go up here and new arrivals. And there we go. So it's £7.80 for half a metre. Remember, you do get your 10% discount if you're a club member. So that is the Coronation Day Tea Party. The one you saw before was Coronation Day London on Duck Egg. And then the bunting panel is £9. And you've already seen, we've also got Spring Flowers Ladybirds on cream, which is this one. These are lovely fabrics. So pretty, little ladybirds. Non-directional, nice if you're making a smaller project as well. Fee uses salvage strips on hang-on gift. That's a nice idea. Yep, brilliant, Fee, thank you. £7.80 for this one. And then we have, this is from the same collection. This one is Spring Flowers, Bell Flowers on Aqua. I love springtime fabrics, don't you? So those two go together. I just think, I don't know, it's that time of year when you start to smile. Well, me anyway. I don't like the cold in the winter, and when it's grey and it's miserable and it's misty and foggy and dark early and dark early at night and dark early in the morning. I just don't like it all at all. I say hi to before I head. Oh, Ruby, hi. Go make your cookies with your nana then. And send me a picture of your cookies when you've made them. I don't think you can send me cookies because it might take too long to get in. They might not be too fresh. But I want to see pictures of your cookies, okay? Send a picture. Oh. Use the salvage on the coronation bunting as part of its heading tape. That's a good idea, yes. Hello, Mary in Spain. Oh, Sarah says she was invited, but her invite got lost on the posters. Maybe that's where her invites were, because you know I'm sure when they go to their reception after you know the coronation, there's going to be empty tables, and Charles is going to say to Camilla, "What happened to Debbie and all of her friends that we invited? Got lost in the post." Maybe we should just turn up anyway. What do you think? You know who we are. The Shorettes, as you called yourself last week. We have a bundle. And then this is all brand new Lewis and Irene. So we have put together a selection of 5. There you go, Fee. Look, there's more fancy selvages for you. You've got acorn leaves on there. Oak leaves, I should say. And thistles. Got unicorns on this one, and more thistles. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a free lilac. Oh yeah, so this is a complete bundle. So it's pre-cut. They are 1/2 metre pieces with a 1/2 metre, free one of those, and that's £40 for the whole lot, which is £36 for club members. So that's jolly good, isn't it? And some of these are foiled. That one isn't. If you have a look, I don't know if you can see, this has got a little bit of silver foiling. What I like about loose Nyreen's foiling, it's not sparkling in your face, it's really, really subtle. This one, it's got fairies. So we don't have these on their own at the moment. May do when these sell out, not sure. But at the moment they're just all bundled up. Oh look, what's he called? Tree of Life, can't remember. What's he called? Probably in the selvage. Oh no, Celtic Fairies it's called. But again, you've just got that really subtle gold foiling on this one. And the same with this one. Oh, it must be called something. But anyway, it's a whole bundle together. We don't have them individually. But again, that one's got a nice little bit of foiling on it as well. And together, they just look gorgeous. They look expensive, don't they, Lewis Nyreen fabrics? I think they're one of those fabric ranges that is just instantly recognisable, particularly with the thistles on like this. They seem to do a lot with thistles. So anyway, so you get all of those, one free, £36 for club members. They're Green Man. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, the Green Man, apparently, Lynn. That one's called. Thank you, June. June's got him in the garden. Hi, Anne. Yes, Elizabeth. Pat, Green Man. It's not a difficult name to forget, is it? Right. So who is the Green Man? What did he do? Why is the Green Man a thing? I've seen him before, and you can buy like masks and things, and I've seen him carved out of wood and made in verdigris metals and all that kind of stuff as garden ornaments, but I don't actually know what he did. Who is the Green Man? The grass growing out of his head, is it? He's got leaves and acorns growing out of his head on this one. Yes, I'm sure you'll let me know who he is and what he does. Got more dressmaking fabric. We seem to have been going dressmaking mad at the moment, so we've got lots of new fabrics coming in for you. This is, I think it's a viscose by the feel of it. Let me have a look. Viscose poplin, black and white flowers, really pretty. But the nice thing about this, the Green Man is a legendary being primarily interpreted as the symbol of rebirth, representing the cycle of new growth that occurs every spring. Didn't know that. And Francesca says there's Green Man festivals in Wales. Symbol of rebirth. See, I didn't know that. So that's the first one of the new fabric. Isn't it pretty? I don't want to colour it in, but again you've got the softness, the fluidity of viscose. It's lightweight, and it's perfect for summer clothing. Things with gathers that you don't want to be too puffy. This drapes really well. So if you do have something maybe with a gathered waist, an elasticated waist, and that can normally add a few pounds on you, then this is a perfect fabric because it has a wonderful drape. Now then, I'll show you this one up here because this one has a border on it. Kim's actually just made herself a dress with this fabric, and it's beautiful. And can't show you because she's taking the time, she's wearing it. It's got a ruffle around the top with the one border, and then around the bottom was the opposite border. So on here, maybe show you next week when she's up. It's got a border at the top. This is actually along the selvage, so it's a border down the side really, it's like that. And then you've got a border down the opposite side. So you imagine that as a ruffle on an off the shoulder top, which is what she made, which is kind of like that. And then the other one around the skirt at the bottom. Or if you're just making a skirt, you could probably get two out of that actually if you didn't want it too long. With just beautiful borders. Love that one. And again, it is viscose. I think it's viscose. Double check on that one. Sure, it's viscose. Feels like viscose. Viscose poplin floral board. Oh, no, we've got two colours. It was the orange one that Kim used. Oh, I didn't bring that down with me. That's the floral board in navy. We also have it in orange. It was the orange one that Kim used. So exactly the same. Have a look on the website. But orange instead of the navy. But that is just wonderful. Even if you're just going to make a scarf out of it, I think the borders just give it a real difference, don't they? Really makes it stand out. Makes it look expensive. No, Elsie, it is viscose. So I think viscose and rayon are very similar fabrics, if I remember rightly. They're both made from plants, but I think different parts of the plants, if I remember rightly. So viscose is considered to be a semi-synthetic because it's actually made from the bark of trees, so that's the natural side of it. But it does involve chemicals in the process of creating it, which is why it's semi-synthetic. So it can't be called 100% natural like you would do with some cotton. Palazzo, oh yes. Oh, palazzo pants. Oh, in the black and grey. I was thinking this one teed with a border around the bottom. Oh, Sarah, that'd be nice. Need to see pictures of your skirt when you've made it. Barnstable. You're forgiven, Lois. Doesn't matter what time you appear. It's just nice to have your company. Got more. Think this might be a lawn. Probably wrong, but you know. This is a nice colour. I'll double check on this one while we're here as well. Bear with me one moment. Nope, viscose poplin. I told you I was wrong. So again, nice and cool, very, very fluid. Oh, thank you, Jenny. There's loads in those bundles, aren't there? I've missed the coffee run by your hubby. No, Helen, you haven't missed it yet. I'm probably due about past. So if you want to, he might be listening now if you want to put your orders in. Do you know, one day we are looking, that the dream would be to have, I shouldn't tell you this, I won't tell you anyway. We need a bigger warehouse, basically. We've outgrown where we are now. And that'll be nice, Julie. That'll be very nice. Viscose, yes. So we need somewhere bigger. So we're not going to open to the public every day, but I'm kind of thinking one weekend a month. In which case you can all come and have a coffee. I can't promise you can have a gin because we need a license for that, but I shall keep you posted. Might not be this year, but that's the idea. Well, you know, we can all dream. This one, do you know, when this arrived yesterday, all of this lot arrived yesterday, I had my daughter in the next room when she's opening, and all I could hear is, oh, that's so adorable. Oh, that's lovely. And when this one, she opened up the roll and she went, oh, that is lovely. And then she went, oh, it's got a scalloped edge. There was so much excitement in short hours yesterday when this, it's got a scalloped edge on both sides. Wouldn't that make a nice dress for Maddie, actually, wouldn't it? We're talking waistbands today, but I'm going to make a waistband on an apron for Maddie because I'm doing it small scale. That is so pretty. It's a little kind of broderie anglaise-esque, isn't it? But really, that would make a nice sleeve, wouldn't it? Nice sleeves. Green tea, Jenny. Do you want to splash or something in it? Maybe a gather. Depends what pattern you've got. But that as a gather around a sleeve, I think would just look so pretty. Or just on a throw or the edge of a quilt would look really nice. We're not necessarily thinking dressmaking with this one, but that would go very well, I think. Maybe a bag flap. Yeah, think outside the box a little bit. Please make sure there's room for me camper at the new place. We need a car park, don't we? See you later, Fee. Thanks for joining us. You'll have to do tickets. Hot Ribena. Angela, really? I've not had hot Ribena. Not had Ribena for donkey's years, but hi, Olive. So that's that. I think that's all fabric-wise. Now then, I'd say I'm going to do a waistband in a minute, and I've prepped a little one because it's the same technique, and I thought I don't really need a big apron. Got enough of those, so I'm just going to do a little version, and that's going to maybe fit Maddie. Hot chocolate with Irish cream. Oh, Pauline. tea with milk for Mia, or Maya is it, sorry. Gin maybe, well, you know, it's nearly 4:30, may as well join you. Hi Leslie. Lois makes a good biscotti. Oh lovely, you have to bring that with you. You might have seen the post that went on Facebook. These are the bags that we're going to be doing on Create and Craft on Sunday morning. The show is at 9 o'clock and they've got all my stock and I think it's going to sell out. Well, they've already asked me if I can get hold of more and I can't because I can't get hold of any more handles at the moment. It takes weeks for them to arrive. So that's the one. So it's a bamboo look. It's very effective, but it's actually a plastic handle and it fastens with a magnetic snap and it's just kind of got a little hinge across the top there. So it's a simple bag. The kit will come to you with everything that you need, including Deck of a Light, this one, because it gives it a nice square kind of look. And you've got the handle, the fastenings. These fasten with a little screw through the middle, so you're going to need a small cross-thread screwdriver to pop those on. The magnetic strap's included as well, so there's everything that you need to make it. We also have a blue, so that's orange and this one's blue. So 2 colour choices in this one. Exactly the same style, just different colour of fabric. This one has a gold colour on the inside and that one's got the teal colour on the inside. But again, Create and Craft have got the lot. It is gin time somewhere in the world, Francesca, you're right. This tea shop around. So 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. They do tend to, with our shows on Create and Craft, not put anything live on their website until about 5 to 9, because I think I said before, because most of the time they'll put things live before the show, the day before the show, or if the show's over a weekend, they might do it on Thursday or Friday, and people start to buy things. And when we've done shows before and they put these live, they put one live about 2 days before the show. We sold out of everything and we had to put a whole new show together. At the moment, Laura, no, because I can't get any more handles, so there's no point in doing the bag without the handles, although we could make it up with a fabric handle instead, but I think these make it. So I'm sure Kim's ordered more, but again, they take weeks to come, so I'm hoping that that we will have them on the website at some point. So that's those two. So yes, but again, if you tune into Create and Craft on Sunday morning just before 9 and just keep waiting, because it's normally about 5 to 9 just before they go into the gallery. Oh, Tracy, I don't know. Pattern match or fussy cut. You could pattern match. There's enough fabric in the kit. I don't know how much they are. They're in control of that. I'm sorry. Should have thought of that, shouldn't I? No, I don't know. About £30? Can't remember. Sorry, I don't know. This one is the second bag, and this is quite a boxy shape, but it's got the gathers and it's got a border fabric, so it's only available in the one colour. You'll get 2 handles with this kit and all of your fabrics, and the interfacing on this one is a G700. But I love that one. I think that's one of my favourite ones. But again, we're limited to the amount of stock that we have. We do have more of the handles on order, so I'm hoping these are going to be in quite soon. And you can either use it with the side bits out. I think it looks quite oriental, doesn't it? Or you can press them in so that they poke in like that. So it's kind of a two-way bag for that one. So that's again Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. G700 LC is a Valiseline woven interfacing, so it's not too firm. It's still quite a nice. I've got package in it. It's still quite a nice squashy bag, but it gives it a little bit of definition. How do you work out how much elastic do you need to put in a waistband? Wrap it around your waist, Erica, and see how you feel it's comfortable. I would normally maybe make the elastic 3 or 4 inches smaller than your waist, but literally wrap it round and whatever's comfortable for you. If you like it really tight, make it shorter. Allow for a bit of a seam allowance as well. Bloodline loves that one. Yeah, I love that one. So Deirdre, it's going to be on Create and Craft. There isn't a pattern, it's measurements, because it's all squares, and everything in the kit will be Create and Craft. We will get more in, so it will be on the website at some point, but it might be a few weeks, because they've taken the lot at the moment. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, love that one. Also on Create and Craft, Only the kit, Anita, at the moment, and only on Crate and Craft on Sunday morning. I won't be doing a video on them, Tracy. No, I think they're going to sell out rather quickly. Right, more panels. So again, these are on Crate and Craft on Sunday morning. These will come with a contrasting fabric or coordinating fabric. So there's the 4 squares and then 2 long panels, and there will be a pattern, instructions, not patterns, for a zipped pouch, a boxed cushion, which is certainly small, it's about that size. So you can make a zip pouch, you can make 2 boxed cushions, and an apron, a gardening apron you can make with that one. But we haven't done specific kind of outlines of aprons and pockets on here, because you can make what you like with these basically. So Janice has made a table runner with it, and a small cushion with a frill around the edge, or pleated edge. I'll show you all these on Saturday, or maybe on Sunday on Crate and Craft. But that is the blue option. It does come with a sage green contrast fabric, but it's called blue because blue background with the birds, and blue background on this one. So that's blue, and this one is the same print but different colour. This one's lilac. But again, I love the colours on these. They're pretty, aren't they? So we will have these on the website on their own at some point. But if you wanted to order them with all of the instructions and the coordinating fabric, that's just going to be on Crate and Craft on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Is my PJ Masks sitting by Nellie to learn about waistbands? Is that Nellie? You want to learn about waistbands, PJ? They haven't got a waist. They do, don't they? They are very, very spring-like. I love the colours and the flowers in watering cans and birds in bird baths. I love everything about that. So, do you have bird baths and bird feeders? We've got loads around the garden. These aren't my drawings, Sharon. It's very much my style, but no, Kim actually put these together, but not from my sketches this time. Right, I've got time. Honestly, the way that life is going at the moment, it's finding time to breathe in and breathe out's a problem sometimes. Thank you, Sarah. No, they're very similar style to mine, aren't they? But they're not mine. Those ones. Could have taken the credit for those, couldn't I? Right, so that's it. That's all I have to show you, which is quite a lot, isn't it? For a Wednesday. Shall we talk waistbands? Design the bag for Crate and Craft. These ones, yes. But if there's any left, I don't think there will be. I think they're going to sell out. But we will try and get. We will have them back on the website at some point, but it just takes a while. Sarah's going to be led astray on Sunday. We'll talk about her later. Nancy needs a storehouse. Okay, so actually this is a very similar technique to the apron that the panels are going to come with, or the instructions. Bird feeders, but rats. Yeah, we used to have rats, and the neighbours got cats. I like the rats. On the phone, my oncologist of 5 years. Oh, yes, Kirsty's in remission after 5 years. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, so you can imagine this is bigger, but I'm just making it Maddie sized at the moment. Same technique. Now with the panels as well, actually, if you're making straps, more often than not, the width of fabric isn't quite long enough to go around your middle. So you're going to need to join 2 together. I don't like to see a join right in the centre. I would rather see 2 joins either side. I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing. I placed my second order of the week for fabric, a bad influence. But my mother used to say, June, oh, Deborah, you are temptation. It's kind of a nice reputation to have, isn't it? Hi, Maristella. Prosecco o'clock. Right. So I want these 2 to be the same length, but with kind of a bit in the middle there as well. You've got such a bit in the middle. You've got such a long list.
Oh, what of gin?
Hot Ribena, no,
Ribena?
Yeah, hot Ribena, and hot chocolate with cream in it. Can't remember what you were. I'd be rubbish if we had a cafe.
What about Horlicks? Any Horlicks?
Anybody want Horlicks? You don't know Horlicks, not unless it's got a bit of rum in it.
I've got to go. The ducks have just arrived.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I've got to feed them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can have coffee and Horlicks.
Getting chickens on Saturday. The ducks. I don't even hear Gary when he came. I'm talking to my people.
About ducks.
About ducks. About you, actually.
Hey, I can listen up here, you know.
We have a rather large pond. I think the pond isn't as large as it used to be. We've had it scaled down a little bit, but it's still the size of a swimming pool. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the pond. It's ridiculous. But it invites the local ducks, particularly in mating season. Whiskey for Joan. But there's a pair. I don't know if it's the same couple that come every year, but at this time of year, I think they just come and escape the village pond. I can hear them actually. So just the two of them come. They did have babies last year, but I don't think they lasted very long. Hot chocolate and Baileys. They'll be sozzled. Yeah, so that's the ducks. But then I get chickens on Saturday. This is what a Horlicks. I don't know what Horlicks is. It's a yeast. Do you have Ovaltine? It's like a milky, yeasty thing. Always takes good care, Nancy. Yeah, so I was offered some chickens. Well, I was asked to take some chickens off somebody's hands last summer, and it's taken us this long to get the chicken pen built. So we have a chicken pen built, and I'm picking 3 of them up on Saturday, and then I will be in touch with, can't remember your name if you're watching, lady who rescues chickens, so we can have a few more there as well. Malted milk balls. Oh, I don't know what malted milk balls are. But yeah, like a malted milk drink. Bit sickly. Ovaltine. I haven't had that since I was a kid, Julie. We used to have Ovaltine. Were they Ovaltine mugs? They were called sleepyheads. My grandma used to have some. I think my sister's got some actually. And there were mugs that were kind of that shape, and it was moulded with sleeping eyes in it. Remember those? We called them sleepyheads. Well, Loie, I did ask the grandchildren. I thought I've got 3 grandchildren, so 3 chickens. They can all name their own. So Vienna wants to name hers A1, and Beatrix wants to name hers Pom Pom because they're silkies and they've got pom poms on their head, and the little one is so much into cars and things like that. That's Finn. He's going to call his truck. Thankfully, you don't have to call them by name when you go out to get them in or feed them or anything, do you? Because A1, pom pom, truck. But yeah, that's what they're calling them. So there you go. Oh, I know. I used to keep chickens. I don't know what your name is. Be kind always. Nice name. Years ago, I had loads of them. We used to breed them, and I had chickens and ducks and peacocks and a couple of female turkeys, and we did have some of the what they call the little oriental ducks, mandarins. Had some of those as well. Yeah, for years kept those, and they all had different characters. So the peacocks were very proud. They actually had a huge pen. It's about 65 foot long, and they had a full length mirror in the pen, and the peacocks would look at themselves in the mirror and do this. The ducks are always on holiday. When you let them out, they just want to go to the pond and play in the water, and chickens are always busy. So you get the cockerel running out first of all, and he'd find a worm or something, and he'd scratch the ground and call them, and the girls would come along, then they'd have a bit of a mud bath or a dust bath and cluck away. Love them. Won't have enough room for that this time. We've got enough room for 6, but it's a start. I haven't told him it's a start. He thinks that's going to be it. I know how to extend the chicken shed. Right, I don't know if they lay though, that's the only thing, Rita, because they're rescues. So apparently if they're happy, they might start laying again. So anyway, I have, yes I am on Facebook as well as YouTube, Jill. I'm just under Debbie Shaw. A lining piece and an outer piece. I'm going to make this round at the bottom because I think that would be nice. So I'm just going to curve the bottom like so. The one that I'm doing on Sunday with the spring garden panel has got pockets on the front as well, but obviously I'm not going to do that here. Oh, lovely Lisa, keep me informed. And then I'm just going to make the strap shorter here. In fact, that's the bit I'm going to have in the middle. And then we'll have these two pieces each side to the same length. Again, it's only a muddy size one. And that needs to be sewn in the middle like that. So first thing to do is to sew these two pieces right sides together. It's a little apron, Deirdre. I was asked a question about waistbands. I thought I haven't got any dressmaking projects on the go at the moment. And rather than just make a waistband on its own, I thought I'd do something purposeful. But I don't need it. I've made a few aprons in the last few days, so I thought I'd make a smaller version using the same technique. But this one's going to be big enough for Maddie, I think, when it's done. So I'm going to sew these two pieces right sides together. That's it. Just around the bottom three sides. Doesn't quite match up there. So it's mainly the waistband bit that we're going to concentrate on, but may as well make it from start to finish while I'm here. And I'm just using a small seam allowance, about 1/4 of an inch. And up to the top. And oh, Susan's got 5 chickens. I love them. They are funny, aren't they? You get some that are really brave and some that are just plain stupid. And some are real characters and others just cluck. Love them. Okay, so and then let's turn this the right side out and I'll just plug the iron in and give it a press. Hi, Carol. Linda's not at home enough to have the chicken. Chickens. So I've just missed some of your comments. Sheena says my girls love spaghetti. Oh, they love spaghetti. Oh, your girls, the chickens. They chased each other trying to get it from each other all the time. It's so funny. I have given them garlic bread before now and had wonderful garlic eggs in the morning. Yeah. One of the best pets I've ever had. Oh. I'm just looking for my ironing mat. I've lost it again. How I lose things in here. It's not the biggest room to lose things in, is it? Oh, put you back down there. You can probably see it, can't you? Is it over here? How strange, because I had it only yesterday right here. I tell you what, I've got, oh, excuse me elbow a minute, I'm just reaching right down here. I have a little bit of a quilted thing, so I'm going to use that. And just give it a press. That was hot. Oh, bantams, a wool around the gut. Oh, love bantams, the little ones. We had quite, oh, I can't in front of the iron. No ironing mat. We had Cochins and Silkies and Salmon Faverol and Rhode Island Red and not sure Sarah. She met a chicken because one of our neighbours has some chickens and one of them got out. And listen, I was going to do machine buttonholes and I can't find my buttonhole foot, my button placement foot. So I was hoping he wouldn't notice I didn't do that. I'll see if I can find it and we can have a go as well. Yeah, so this chicken escaped and it was on the road, and because it didn't run away, Bob didn't bother with it. She was standing over it, it's in between her legs, and she was fine. However, the ducks do run away, so she'll chase them. So I don't know what she's going to be like. I do have a strand of cotton in my hair. You're right. my hair could be strands of cotton. I know my head's full of thread. Right. So I've done that. I'm going to top stitch all the way around and across the top. Don't worry about folding the end in or anything like that. This is just to hold it all together. I'll see if I can find a button and we'll do it on this foot, because I did say that, didn't I? Right, so literally just top stitch all the way round, and then we'll get on with this waistband affair. Button placement foot would help. I've lost my thread. It wouldn't be the first time. The next soft toy should be chicken soft toys. Hi Tracy, caught the live again. Yes, this is a Lewis and Irene fabric. This is from the last collection, and it's perfect for Easter. This is the mirrored rabbits one. So it's been really busy actually for Easter themed fabrics at the moment. So I'm just having, I don't know why, it came undone. So just rethread. Needle up, do it properly. Do I explain what the little bag is made with the Alice Bunting panel? These were made by a couple of girls from my design team. That's Janice and Anne. And they're literally making samples for me because the Alice in Wonderland panel will be on Create and Craft on Sunday. And I thought it might be quite nice to see something different to what you've seen before. So there aren't any patterns or anything for those. It's purely inspiration. You know, just so that you don't look at the panel and think, oh, that's lovely, what on earth would I do with it? There's just some ideas there as to what you could make with it. But again, we don't have the patterns for those. Right, let's stick that there and snip that there. And then we'll need to sew these pieces together, making sure that they're all facing the same way and the short bit is in the centre. No, it's lighting, Helen. I don't have any windows here at all, so Gary is a very clever lighting technician. And he can make anything look like a summer's day, even when it's miserable outside. A strawberry thief with the rabbits. Does a little bit, doesn't it? So just make sure that, because it's plain, that they're doing the seams in the same direction. No, Linda, haven't looked. The straight stitch plate button. I must actually learn how to use my machine, hadn't I? Hello, Marie from Sao Paulo in Brazil. Hello. Oh, what have I done now? It didn't sew for some reason. Got a thread, needle threaded. Needle not threaded. Do it again. Maybe it just doesn't like this thread. He is a man of many talents, Sarah. That time. Right. Then I'm going to press again. So let's press those seams open. Makes quite a nice little lining mat, this actually, doesn't it? Like so. I've still got a thread in my hair, have I? Where is it? I've had complete strangers picking threads off my cardi before now. I have had an optician finding thread in my eye before now. Must have been in there for weeks. Okay. And then I'm just going to press. This is the way that I do it. Might not be everybody's way that they do it. But I'm just going to press one side of this over by about 1/4 of an inch, just on the little bit that goes across where the apron is. So not the most important thing to do, but you might find this handy later on. So I'm just going to go across there like that. You can go all the way down if you wanted to, it doesn't really matter, but that's going to make things a little bit easier in a bit. And then we'll find the centre of this one, so I'm just going to fold that so that the two seams meet here and make a little nick. And I don't need my posh ironing mat for a second, and then this one again fold in half and make a little nick. Some more dressmaking tutorials. It's difficult without a pattern though, Georgie, that's the only thing, and time consuming, but I shall put some thought into it. Then these are going to go right sides together, so not the bit that I've ironed, it's the other bits, and we'll sew across where the apron is and just across that bit. Oh, under you go. There we go. Michaela, I thought you were complaining then. Oh, I didn't meant to do that. Why do people not listen when I say, don't ring at this time because I'm watching Debbie Shaw and they still ring me? Grrr. I've now missed most of the demo. I'll do what I do when Corrie is on and send them to the answer phone. Oh, I've got to stamp your feet, Michaela. Right. So that's there. Anyone made a nice backpack? Right, so just send across that bit. And then we're going to sew the longer pieces right sides together, but not this bit. So from the edge of where the apron finishes there, and we're going to sew all the way around here and down the edge there. And this is very much the same way that you'd make a waistband on a garment, but you'd have one end matching the end of the fabric and the other one sticking out a little bit. So I'll explain that in just a second, but same kind of idea really. So just line up the edges all the way down. I just realised I should have brought my knitting needle down to turn this the right side out, but I think I can use that the ribbon threader that I used the other day, and then go across the end and snip it. And there we go, so that's sewn that side. Then we'll do the same on this side, so not the bit that's over the apron. So let's fold this right sides together, and we're going to sew from the side here all the way down that side. And it's quite a simple way to make an apron, but it really does have a nice finish with it all being lined and everything. If you're going to put pockets on it, then obviously do that before you put the lining on. There we go. Oh, meant to snip that. Oh, foot down, then snip. Then I'm just going to cut off the points to cut down on the bulk a little bit, and then we need to turn these two pieces the right side out. So knitting needle's ideal for this. How far away are we, Lisa? About 250 miles or something, isn't it? It's a long way. So no, oh, not so. Let's see how we can do this. So, oh, so I'm just going to try and push that in there. In you go. So once you get the end bit in, it's easy, isn't it? In you go. Getting that bit in, that's the fiddly bit. There you go. And just push that all the way through. It is rather a skinny one, but you know, if you're making an apron for yourself, then you're not going to make it this small. Wouldn't cover very much if you made it this small, would it? And let's just poke out the corners. And the same on this side. Jill, I have a DX7. It's quite a new machine to me, which is why I'm pressing buttons all over the place on it, because I haven't actually read the manual yet. Or I had to play with all of the stitches. But I do love it. I bought it because I wanted a machine that is fast and can cope with lots of different layers of fabric, and so far it hasn't let me down at all. Right, so again, stick that in the end. There's probably a lot easier way to do this, but it's so satisfying when it actually goes, aye, that's it, got it. Let's push that through. And right through to the end. Push out the corners while I'm there and put it through. Then I'm going to iron it again. Cookies are almost cooked. Don't forget to send pictures, Ruby. Want to see your cookies. And I'll just press the straps or the ties with the seam at the bottom. Like so. And the same on this side. Oh, I will do, and I can't wait for the little things to arrive. I don't know how old they are. I think they're a few years old. They're not babies, certainly. Right, so that's up to where the actual apron is. And then this we're going to fold over, which is why I like to iron that bit up first of all, because that's already ironed. I took in all those loose bits, and I need this to just overlap the stitch line that I've just sewn. So you go in there. So you don't see any of those stitches on the inside. That's why I like this technique, 'cause it keeps it really nice and neat. So if you're making a garment, this end would probably finish here. That one would be a little bit longer so that they wrap over, and then you'd put your button on there. So obviously you don't have big long ties like this if you're making a skirt or a pair of trousers or something. So press that in place. Now to make this a perfect and invisible seam, I do a slip stitch by hand all the way across there. But it's an apron, so I'm not too worried. You know, I'm not going to be walking down the catwalk or wear it out to a special occasion. So I'm just going to top stitch all the way around from the side that I can see, and I'm going to go all the way around the whole strap, and that will close the back there as well. So this will be nice and neat on the front, and it may not be too neat on the back, but I don't mind at all, because that's the back. And it's only for Maddie at the end of the day, and she says she doesn't really mind what it looks like. So right, then I'm going to carry on and just sew all the way around. Ooh, just went off the end there, never mind. I haven't got Maddie here to try it on. So straight across the top. So it looks sort of nice and neat on the back as well. Straight across the top. And if you do have a Maddie, or you're making this kind of thing for a doll, it's exactly the same technique as if you were to make an apron for yourself. So if you're a little bit nervous about, you know, dressmaking, or you've not made something, and it's not exactly a garment but similar, it's a nice kind of bite-sized trial. You're not wasting too much fabric if things go wrong. So that's that. So that's the front, and that's the back. So again, as long as you overlap this fabric with the stitch, with the previous stitch line, then you're not going to see any of the kind of gubbins on the inside there. I just cut into the waistband there. That was a daft thing to do. And just got a thread there as well. Oh, I'll do that later. But nice and neat at the back, nice and neat at the front, and that could actually be reversible, couldn't it? So you can maybe put one pocket on here and one pocket on this side, this time in the pattern fabric, and that's done. Speedy Gonzales, I do remember that, Rita. He was a mouse with a Mexican hat, wasn't he? And he went, arriba, arriba. Oh, PJ could try it on, couldn't you, Peach? Hadn't planned, a little bit, hadn't planned on making an apron for PJ, but oh, he looks like a chef. Kind of suits him, doesn't he? With his pyjamas and Pinny. I'll make another one and call it Pinny, PJ and Pinny. Oh, Diane, I'm sorry. Can we have positive thoughts for Diane's dog? Not doing very well, apparently. Heartbreaking. Just tracing and cutting out paper pattern for first Maddie and listening to my how would you line the chrysanthemum panel piped cushion? Too nice to leave unlined. Oh, we could do, should we do a lined cushion cover next week? Difficult to explain, easier to show you. Can you wait a week? Or we could do it on Saturday. Let's do it on Saturday. I'll write it down, Laura, because you know what I'm like. Lined cushion cover. I'll leave my book down here now. Oh, don't face down like that. Cover for Laura. Why has the girl's dress got droopy boobs? It's bunting, Anne. It's bunting. All right. There we go. Quite suits you, that, PJ. Let me switch the iron off. What time am I currently after Sunday? 9 o'clock in the morning, Deirdre. Just the 1 hour. Oh, when it's piped. Oh, we'll do a piped one. We shall do a piped. I've got to bend over backwards for Laura because I got her order wrong. We shall do a piped, lined, enveloped back cushion cover on Saturday morning. Need to practice that one. Let me find a button, because you can sew a button on without, a button placement foot, but the button placement foot's actually quite handy. Just looking for a button. Right, so your button placement foot has a blue, normally silicone, that shape on the end of it. The blue bit comes to the front and it's silicone, so it grips onto the button and stops it from moving. There are ways of putting a button on without the buttonhole foot if you don't have one. Just scooting over here. Excuse me, elbow again. I'm just, excuse me, backside as well, I think. There we go. So, did you know that the majority of buttons, unless you've got a very a different design of button, or a heart-shaped one, or a decorative button is the word I'm thinking of, the holes are the same distance apart. And on standard ones, written it down, Angela. Oh, piping. Didn't write piping down, did I? I don't write piping down. Piped. And a hanging loop. And a hanging loop. I had a hanging, what, for my cushion? Love the bag I made just. Oh yes. If you can post, are you on Facebook as well, Deirdre? If you can post a picture, that'd be nice to see. Would that make it reversible? No, Rita. It would have been, but we're going to put piping on it now, so the piping would be on the inside if you reversed it. With a Laura, with a zip. Got an invisible zip in the piping. Can't do that. No, it's too bulky. No, it's going to have an envelope back, Laura. Right. Oh yeah, buttons. So Yeah, so if you've got 4 buttons or 4 buttonholes or 2 buttonholes, they're normally the same distance apart. Oh, Lisa's just sent me a picture of her granddaughter. Oh, Ruby! Oh, they look amazing. Look, I'm just going to zoom in on you. Zoom in. Oh, they look very tasty. Do you want to see Ruby's Ruby's cookies? Look at those. And then a very sweet picture of Ruby, which I'm not going to show because I don't have permission. But she's beautiful. Your house is full of toys, isn't it? Right. Shall I start again? Because I got all waylaid then. And a hanging loop. For the majority of buttons, whether it's a tiny little one or a big fat one, the buttonholes are the same distance apart, whether it's 2 holes or whether it's 4 holes. But do check on your machine first of all, because we don't want any accidents. A lot of sewing machines will have a button stitch, which this one does actually, but I'm not going to use it because most machines don't. So the idea is that if you've got a button stitch, great, use it. It's a picture of a button with a stitch going across it, and that will stop the feed dogs from moving, because the last thing you want to do is when you put your button down there is the feed dogs to start moving the button, because your needle will hit it and you will break your needle. Don't want that to happen. So you need to stop the feed dogs from working. So if you can drop the feed dogs, would be perfect. If you can't drop the feed dogs on your sewing machine, then reduce the stitch length down to 0. So we'll do that on this machine. So all the way down to 0, and then the feed dogs won't move. So that's the way to do that. And then you're going to choose a zigzag stitch. So I've gone zigzag on my machine is number 5. And then push the button underneath the foot down, and just maneuver it so that you can see where the buttonholes are, and they are straight and they're going across the bottom of the foot. Do you know what might be easier? Let's take it off altogether and see if that will reach. Yep, that's going to hold it down nicely. So I've just got the ankle there holding onto the button, if you can see there. That might be easier. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, look what I've done. I'm going to go off and on again. I've pressed a button and a load of files have come up and I don't want that. So number 5. And then turn the hand wheel towards you and make sure that the needle is going to go through the holes. That isn't, look, it's going to hit the button. So I just need to make the stitch width a little bit longer. And then try again. Longer than that, or wider than that I should say. So it's a little bit of trial and error, and that's a little bit twisted, but just keep moving it until your needle like this will go from one hole to the other. Alright, and then when you've got to that stage, then you can put your foot down. Don't go too fast with it. And that's your button sewn on. And that's it, that's as easy as it is. So you've got a good strong stitch there. Now if you need to make a shank, as in, you need it to be raised up a little bit. So if this is going to be, if it's on a shirt or a blouse or something cotton, absolutely fine. If you're going to be using a button with thicker fabric, you may need to raise that up a little bit. So what I would do there is to take something like a cocktail stick and push it underneath the 2 holes to raise the button up, and then stitch from side to side. Then that's going to be a little bit loose. I'd leave the thread longer, and then with a hand needle and thread, take it back through the hole but not all the way through, and wrap the thread around the button to make the shank. I don't have a cocktail stick to show you. You're making everybody hungry on Facebook, Ruby. But that's the way to do it. Some machines, when you take the foot off, the ankle doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. So use your standard foot. But if you do have a button placement foot, if you're sewing on more than one button every now and again, it's worth buying a button placement foot because it holds onto it and stops it slipping at all. A toothpick, yes, Brenda, that's a good idea as well. Some machines have a picture or LED picture of a number because I have one in a Singer. Oh, I don't know. Have I got another picture? Lisa has the most beautiful grandchildren. Little blondies. Oh, a matchstick. That's a good one as well, Lois. Because she could. Oh, don't forget to 0 again. Thank you. Off and on again. Because you do that if you're hand sewing as well, wouldn't you? Have a matchstick or a stick or something under. What's Rita up to? Missed you. Okay, so that's that. So I hope you found that useful. So again, if you want to join me, I should be here on Saturday making a piped, lined, reversible, invisible zipped cushion cover with a hanging loop in gold on Saturday morning. And otherwise I shall see you again on Create and Craft on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and back here this time next week on Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's been a nice chat, hasn't it? It's 5:10. We've been here for ages. And looks like it's getting dark. Looks like it's raining, so we won't be walking the dog. I shall send you, well, I shall post pictures of my chickens when they arrive on Saturday. Of A1, Truck and Pom Pom. So yeah, it's been a lovely afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you again soon. Thank you. But what does this button placement foot? I have said. Oh, I've already said. It's got a blue end to it. I really don't have one. I was looking for one earlier. Well, I must have one somewhere. It would have come with the machine. It's got a blue silicone that shape. So it's flat at the back, and then it's got like 2 hooks. And they grip onto the needle and just stop it from moving, so that it's quite soft on the ends, but they're normally blue, but they're that kind of shape. Can't make the Saturday, be travelling to Scotland. Oh, nice. I'd like to be travelling to Scotland. And you, Brenda, have a great rest of the week yourself. So thank you for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful, and I shall see you again Saturday morning. Bye-bye.